What is the Sims community without a little bit of drama? If you guys aren't familiar, Anadius did actually leave the Sims community as stated on Twitter, and a lot of people since then have been talking all over the internet. It actually like woke up the Sims community into an uproar, and y'all, there's just so much to get into. So we've got shutdowns, accusations, Patreons popping up out of nowhere, and a lot of controversy. And this isn't the usual Sims tea that I usually do. This could actually have real world consequences. So I'm going to be breaking down everything that's been going on over the past couple of days. I did make a short form video on this, but guys, there is just so much to talk about, so I wanted to go ahead and give you guys a long form video. But before I do want to quickly say what is up, guys. My name's the Simian. My name is Yen. I play The Sims. Did you see what I did there? And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I talk all things simulation games, so if you have something you want me to cover, just go ahead and leave it down below in the comments. Now, with that being said, we're going to be talking first and foremost about Anadius. So the creator known as Anadius, you know, arguably one of the biggest names behind the tools people use to access Sims 4 DLC without paying, has officially shut down their site and stepped away from the project entirely. Now, if you're new to the Sims world, here's why this matters, okay? So the Sims 4 base game is free. Yes, we know that, but every expansion pack is around $40, and that's not even talking about all the other DLC such as game packs, stuff packs, kits. Everything adds up to over $1,500 US, and that's a really big price tag, and exactly why a lot of people use this unofficial tool, and you know, in the first place. And so the shutdown did send a lot of spark everywhere, y'all. I'm talking a lot of people were talking about whether or not they were going to continue even playing The Sims because of the shutdown that Anadius did. So within hours, TikTok, Twitter, Reddit, Blue Sky, everyone, the Sims community was in an uproar. Some people said shutting down was the right call, and others said that the high prices practically pushed players towards the tools anyway. But either way, the community reaction was very instant, emotional, and honestly, y'all, it has not stopped. It has not stopped, which is why I'm doing a full video on this. And this is where things shift from like big news into like full-on chaos. So after Anadius, stepped away, someone else allegedly popped up on Patreon claiming to offer access to the exact same tools and even all the DLC files. Y'all, let me be clear. Patreon is not an anonymous file sharing website, okay? To run a Patreon, you need to put your real name, verified identity, linked bank account, and you have to put in your income. So on top of Patreon tracking what creators upload and what users are downloading, this means that anyone downloading these files is doing it from their real Patreon account. The same one accounted to their name, email, and payment history. Like they log the downloads, y'all. They're logging the downloads. So this is not a joke. That's why the community is freaking out. Players are warning that this could create a very real digital trail that links both the uploader and the downloader to contact, and definitely shouldn't be hosted on Patreon. So a lot of people are saying this is too risky. People shouldn't be doing this. Now, there's other people who have stated that they found other ways to download the files. I've seen multiple different people come across TikTok, Twitter, Reddit, Blue Sky, and Tumblr stating that they found another way to access these DLC tools. So I don't know. I think everything is sketchy until proven otherwise. I said what I said, especially if you are paying on Patreon specifically. Y'all, that is not cool. That is not the way to go, personally, in my personal opinion. The risk isn't just legal or financial, but there's a technical side as well. So again, these tools that Anadius originally developed weren't designed to be repackaged or redistributed by random people. So if someone rushed them or modified them, broke dependents, or bundled the wrong files, y'all could have corrupt saves, broken mods, missing DLC data, or even like the game not even launching, which some people are saying that they're having issues, and it's no surprise because this was supposed to be specifically his design. So again, if you've ever lost a 500-hour legacy save, y'all already know that's not a joke. That's not the risk to reward is like, come on, y'all. So this community is split between this entire thing. So I've been looking over the past couple of days about what the Simmers are saying. And since the shutdown, we've seen the entire Sims community split into groups. And so some people are saying that, this is good. The tool shouldn't exist. We should be buying in the DLC. And other people are like, no, the EA pricing is unrealistic and people just want to play the game. And then, of course, there's the controversy regarding the EA buyout. And then there's a lot of people who are just really digging through old files, backups, mirrors, and other sites. And a bunch of users have basically been coming forward saying that they found alternate ways to access the DLC, and the internet is just, it's very crucial because the internet don't forget, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's adding just a little bit more fuel to this entire situation. But yeah, let me know down below in the comments what y'all think about that. And I feel like this whole thing is that a lot of these tech savvy players are pointing out that if someone else maintains the tools the way Anadius originally built them, they can technically continue working for a long time. Y'all, here's where the speculation I'm going to get into, and I'm curious to know, the part that people can't stop talking about is that a lot of simmers are convinced that Anadius might come back next year. So this is just like a break, a reset. You know, everybody's thinking that he's doing just a dramatic exit before a return. And people state that he does have a reputation of having a short fuse, and some of his past tweets, let's just say, you know, they weren't the friendliest towards other people. But that led a lot of people to speculate that maybe the whole shutdown was partly frustration, burnout, and just anger at the entire community. So whether that's true or not, it definitely did spark a lot of rumors and arguments and callouts and heated debates. Even after the announcement, people are still going at it. I mean, y'all, it's been days. And I feel like, where does this leave the Sims community right now? And honestly, it's one of the biggest things I've seen in a while. Like, we're watching discussions about ethics, access, game pricing, digital safety. I feel like people stating that these community tools as well, it's just, I don't know, y'all. With these Patreons popping up and speculations about, you know, the comeback and players scrambling for, you know, alternatives, I feel like the situation ain't going nowhere. For a long time, I thought the situation was going to be a lot bigger than what it was, but it isn't. And until, you know, recently, you know, people are not letting up and people are not letting this go. And I feel like the reason people are talking about this even more is because there's a lot of things at hand with this. And again, unfortunately, with the EA buyout, a lot of people are just not tolerating a lot of the Sims DLCs that are coming out. There's even some drama with other EA Creator Network players still playing DLCs, but not promoting it, but still having it in game, which I'll be doing a separate video on a little bit later on this week. But again, a lot of people are still just debating on whether or not getting a DLC is the right thing to do, regardless if the deal has been officially done or not. So a lot of people are using this not only because of the EA buyout, but people have been using this because, again, $1,500 is a lot of freaking money. So a lot of people are arguing that that shouldn't even be like ethical. That shouldn't be, why are they charging so much of microtransactions? Again, with the kits when they first came out, a lot of people had a lot of things to say about it because they thought that it was the beginning to microtransactions. And with the Sims being free and everything else costing money, they thought that that was a way that they could leverage and saying, hey, no, the game is free and you can just pick whatever DLC you want. But again, without all these different DLCs, the game kind of feels blah, which is why a lot of people initiated going to Anadius in the first place. So I'm looking at everybody's comments and I'm just like, this is a lot to take in. And I did not think that it was going to go this far. I thought people were going to go, okay, Anadius, you know, shut down. Let's move on. But no, I didn't realize how serious this was until a couple of days later, which is why I didn't think to do a long form video up until now, because this is really affecting people, not only personally, but financially. And a lot of people are feeling like this is the one game that they could like really escape from. And a lot of people were, even considering going more towards Anadius' style because of the EA buyout. So I don't know. Y'all let me know down below in the comments about how y'all feel about Anadius shutting down everything and then stepping away. And then all these Patreons popping up claiming to offer the same tools and DLCs, and especially if it's stating that you have to pay in order to get it. I don't know, y'all. These Patreon logs download, so this could have some real consequences. And I feel like people aren't thinking clearly because they're just too caught up in the emotions behind Anadius leaving. And I do feel like people are also worried about a lot of corrupted games and broken saves and unsaved files. And, I just feel like the community is divided right now on ethics, again, like I said, and access. And, of course, like EA's pricing on a lot of the DLCs. So some simmers believe Anadius might return next year, which is stirring up even more drama. So this honestly is one of like a lot of chaotic weeks that the Sims community has had in a couple months. So I'm curious what y'all think. Do you believe like this new Patreon is legit? Have you guys seen other ways? I don't know. Do y'all think Anadius is gone for good, or do you think he's planning on coming back? Let me know in the comments what you guys feel about this. Again, I am not supporting piracy. And y'all do what y'all want as y'all will. Just make sure you're doing a lot of research behind what is being promoted to you. Again, there's real consequences putting your name tied to that, and as well as just putting that in your computer. You don't know where you're downloading information from, and you don't know what that could do not only to your game but the computer in general. That's just not worth it. Personally, as I'm seeing like I'm seeing what a lot of tech savvy people are saying, and it just sounds like a lot of a risk. But y'all let me know down below in the comments. I do understand that the DLCs is absolutely like, it's insane how much people are charging. excuse me, not people, how much EA is charging for this game. So I understand people are very upset about the DLC prices. But yeah, let me know down below in the comments. I've never been shy away to listen to your opinions, whether I agree with it or not. Let me know how y'all feel. And with that all being said, thank y'all so much for watching. If you did learn something new, please give it a thumbs up, because that truly does help out my channel. And whether you're a silent viewer, you like my videos, you comment on my videos, or you share my videos, at the end of the day, you still showed me some love. And for that, I thank you. I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.